Hello everyone, I welcome you in today's episode of KNYA Voice where we have with us a very special guest in जिनके वीडियो आपने देख रखे होंगे related to roasting some of the institutes. So we have with us Dr. Ayush Dangayach. He is a third year DNB radiology resident from Bhilai, Chhattisgarh. I welcome you sir to today's podcast and we are really excited to have you with us.
Thank you, Akshat. Thank you for inviting me here. It's a privilege
Thank
to come and give an interview.
Thank you, sir. So basically, guys, in today's podcast, our aim will be to give you insights about the day in the life of a radiologist. What are the future options, and if someone who is watching this as an intern or even a junior medico, who is trying to get an idea about radiology as a branch, so I think this video will do justice for them. Okay, sir. So, sir, the first question, like, do you were the top ranker who always wanted to take radiology? Or it was like you got a good rank, so many a times it happens that people tell you take radiology, take derma. So were you in the second zone or were you in the first zone?
Actually, I didn't. Before internship, I wanted to take pediatrics.
Okay.
But as when I joined internship, when I did work in pediatrics department, it was like I cannot do this. Then I thought radiology would be the better one because I wanted to do other things also. I wanted to do just music and the YouTube thing was not started. That before that I was doing stand up, and so I wanted time for myself. So then I thought in internship I decided that I will go for radiology. That's why that's why I took DNB the first time only when I came with the internship attempt. So I
Okay.
didn't wait. Yeah, next year वापस से try. I would have got some other MD branch, but
Right.
I took DNB and didn't drop a year because I was getting DNB radiology. Then again a year drop. Again I will take radiology. So I took with the same year.
Right. Right. So I think that's really a very nice, to the point answer that sir gave. That basically it's also very important many a times, to maintain the work-life balance for doctors as well. So if you choose radiology for that perspective, so it's nothing wrong in that. So now, sir, since it's a bit relaxed branch as you said as compared to the other branches. So how's the life in radiology residency in general and versus right now since you are in third year? So after a year you will be post-resident. So what will be the life scenario then?
So as compared to other branches, radiology is like you can start your practice early as compared to other branches because just after residency only or a year or 2 years senior residency, you start working in private sector. It is not similar to in medical and surgical branches, but it depends on you how much you want to earn, how much time you want to give to yourself. A radiologist can work to 12 hours, 14 hours. I have seen some radiologists who are working for more than 12, 14 hours just because they want to earn more. And I have seen some medicine and surgical guys who are just working for 6 to 8 hours because they want their life to be like this. So post residency, it totally depends on you that how you want your life to be. Uh, I think it's not dependent on branch post residency. As comparatively, radiology will be better because you won't be getting so much of emergency things. Post residency is totally dependent on you. In residency also, most of the colleges, the radiology part is easier, but I don't think it applied on many all the colleges because I have many of my friends which are working as a radiology residents, and they are working. They're working till 12 o'clock, reporting MRI, CT, everything, and
Right.
it depends on a total number of residents they are working and the amount of workload there. In radiology, the first year will be the most relaxed guy because you know nothing, and
Right.
nobody will come and ask you to report. The third year we will be reporting everything, we'll be checking everything. So it's a little bit different from other branches.
Right. Right. So I think this is a very important point that generally if we think about first year residency, so definitely there's a bit contrast with respect to other specialty. But again, time being, you need to understand that post residency is something which is again more dependent on the number of hours you want to put in that particular job, and not just like okay, if it is radiology, so it must be very chill that way. So that's a
Yeah.
really insightful point, sir. I think that can be a very crucial point. So now, since you are approaching your final year, so what do you think about further? Like nowadays, interventional radiology options are also available. So what do you suggest on that, or would you suggest right now, or you would prefer right now being it as a terminal branch and start practicing straight?
If I think of myself, I won't be going for any intervention things because this is my perspective that if I wanted to do intervention things, I would have gone for surgery. If you have the passion for intervention, go for surgery. But in radiology, you will be wearing all those heavy lead aprons, standing and doing those tough procedures, and those outcomes will be not that good, and they won't give you that much satisfaction. But right now, as we are seeing that competition, a lot of growing. So even after radiology, people are going for DM and fellowship. If you want to settle in a tier one city, so there are a lot of options available in an intervention you cannot do also. So totally dependent on you. But if you want to settle up in tier two or tier three cities, then simple radiology will be enough for you.
Right. So I think this is a very important point, that where do you want to practice first and what do you like the more? Like, as you said, that if you were really, someone interested into interventional, then straight away surgery would have been the better option. So yeah, definitely, sir, that's a good point. So now, as a, radiology resident right now, what is the best part in the day of your entire day? Like this is something that I wanted to be a radiologist for this.
The best part will be like if you're getting a patient treated just because of you being diagnosing the disease and then, but still you are not getting that like, but you yourself know that यार मैंने किया था यार, like you yourself are happy about it. The patient or the surgeons, they won't give you that so much of appreciation, but you yourself will be happy.
Right.
And the I think the best and worst part of radiology is that patient interaction. Sometimes you will be missing the patient interaction, so you will be liking radiology. And sometimes you will be like, "अरे यार, बढ़िया है, इससे तो लड़ाई नहीं हो रही किसी." You don't have to interact with patients relative and so much. So that's the best and the worst part. I think the patient interaction only, because I like whenever I'm doing antenatal USGs, and sometimes we get abortion cases, and when the mother is very anxious that she wants to know, and since we are doing radiology, we are not that much into counseling things.
Right.
So at that time I'm like, should I tell her? How should I tell her? And that time I'm like, आपको आपके अफगानी वाले बताए जो है मैं रिपोर्ट लिख के दूंगा बस.
Right.
So it's like both advantages and disadvantages are कि patient interaction है नहीं.
Right. So I think this is a very great point, that the best and the worst part is the same thing, that is patient interaction. So solely dependent on you, that how much you want it and how long for you do you want it. So I think that's really great. So now, sir, as an intern, someone who is watching this currently, what would be your advice to how one should, if basically in internship, there's not much of radiology exposure in many colleges. So one thing for that, if an intern wants to get some exposure to radiology before joining radiology, or in general how they should approach their mindset to join radiology as such if they wish to.
One thing is like if you're just solely taking radiology just because you got a very good rank, I think that's not a very good decision, because you have barely touched radiology in your pre-PG preparation. What we learn is are the science. This thing is called, so we are just mugging up things, not, and it's not even the one, like if you are reading medicine in the UG and you go for the PG, you are reading all those diseases just in a bigger sense. You know all these diseases, but in radiology that you have not touched anything. So the syllabus is enormous, like it's too much, and you have not even gone. You have to again read physics. That in radiology we get a paper of physics also, because you have to read a lot again, and it's not like you will be chill. I think before in the internship you should not think of the branch. Preparation karo, baat rahi jayegi, that should think, because whenever you are concerned that I have to take this branch, and then you put so much pressure on yourself only, then I think that affects. I gave the NEET PG examination. Then before joining the AF, I got a 6 month break, and that time I gave AIMS pre-PG. And that was I was like, I have to secure good rank to get the radiology PG. I was so much prepared, but I messed up things there. So I like, if I would have gone with a relaxed mind and with no preoccupation in my mind, I would have got a very good, better rank. But that's, I think you should think about the branches and all these things later on. Just prepare your all these examination with no such preoccupations.
Right. So I think that was a very valuable advice from you, sir, that obviously if you start targeting a branch which is very at a very top rank, then you might end up messing things as well. So last question that our audience would really like to know, that we saw some very straightforward videos from you, earlier on, right from the strike rate of the institutes to everything. So what do you plan something on that particularly in future, or matlab, how do you want to pursue that as a side hustle, maybe something like you enjoy doing that?
Before joining radiology, I didn't have put a single video. I was doing stand-up comedies and in cafes and all. Like when you see the interviews of all these toppers, now they're like, "अरे fake रहा यार." यार I got so much frustrated. And I recorded a like video that I will do some skit later on in my life. Later on, when I get selected, when came here, I was not able to do stand-ups and all these things. So I thought, let's open a YouTube channel,
Right,
and I started. I put it on the YouTube, and it got a good response. Then
right.
I was like, "Thank you." But if I'm quite moody, I will put 4 videos in 4 straight days. Then I won't put 2 3 months. I won't put a video.
Right, right,
This happens in the residency part. So this is the thing that this radiology thing, it gives me that uh, not so much of work pressure from seniors. Radiology people are a bit more chill as compared to others. Like I think my seniors and all those batchmates I got, they are a little bit more chill as compared to the branches. So these are the advantages I think which helped me to put all these videos and all.
right.
So I have to clarify one thing also, that I made fun of all this thing, but I never told that I also studied from them only,
Yeah,
and
right.
I don't. I just made fun of things that I didn't like about all those interviews and those. But I never like made fun of those teachers. I still respect them,
Right,
and I'm here because of them only. But
right.
the things I didn't like about them, I made videos about them. The some people like they will put कि गाली देंगे भाई तू साला वहां से पढ़ के वही जाके गाली दे रहा है नहीं यार it's not like that.
Right, right, definitely. So I think, yeah, that's one part of it. But another part that you said, right, was the toxicity. That's good that in general you feel that in your department it's on a lesser note. So I think this was a really insightful session for all the medicos. And if you have still not yet checked out Sir channel, then you can surely check it out. Link is in the description. So thank you, sir, for your knowledge sharing, and we hope that this help all the juniors out there.